Where's the mosquito? I love it.
That's what I tell everybody. It's like, yeah, that should be.
Should be able to see me in there. Red, orange, and yellow guy. Okay, so we are looking for those cold spots, like Jess said. So with me being the red, orange, and yellow guy, that means I'm the hottest thing inside the frame right now. So sorry, gentlemen, but that's how this works. We're looking for cold spots. Those are going to be blue and black. I want them to move, either move or take shape. When I say take shape, I want a head, shoulders, moving arms and legs. That's what we've caught with this guy in the past. Hopefully that's what we'll capture with it again. I love to give you guys stats about what these devices actually do because a lot of you watch Zach Bagans and the YouTubers. I capture 4 to 5 pieces of this per year that I would put my stamp of approval on that it was indeed paranormal. And I have a couple of dozen others that are iffy. So I don't capture 4 to 5 pieces per episode, okay? I like to make that very, very clear. So this thing is very cool. With me mentioning that this is a FLIR thermal imaging camera, I love to brag about that because this is not a phone app you're gonna be able to go home and download. This is what a fireman would use to throw on this phone to run into a burning building. This is the real deal. So with this one, Alan, we're gonna... Don't touch it, just like I just very quick on her. So, where are you? You're in a parking lot. Congratulations, you made it. I know, big deal. Told you I'd take you guys to weird spots that the other stores don't go to. There's nothing for them to see here. However, it allows my groups of 10 to 12, when I do go that high, to be able to spread out. Luckily for us, it's a Wednesday, which means there's only 2 cars in here, and they're probably going to be leaving here shortly. But what is this place? This used to be the Eliza and Charles Pinckney Mansion. Their mansion actually sat in the front of this space, facing East Bay Street. Eliza's garden was lined up with 5 Church Restaurant, came all the way across. We are standing in the servant and slave quarters for the home. That's the layout of the land. By the way, communication devices, this is where I start withholding information on purpose. I will not be giving you questions here like what color was George Washington's white horse, like what we did over there with the big red barn. Just kind of keep that in mind. You will be getting the answers from your spirit boxes. So, who the heck were Eliza and Charles? They had a son named Charles. They had a nephew named Charles. That's 3 Chucks, in case nobody was paying attention. That's why we look for secondary clues. I need to know which one is here, so in the event that Kimberly hears the name Charles, hopefully you get to tell me which one it is, with something specific about that specific Charles. You guys are hopefully seeing the points on that. Now, the son and the nephew, signers of the Constitution for South Carolina. Big deal for us. I hate politics more than all of you combined. We're going to move on. If I don't give the gentlemen their recognition, they will do it for me in a nasty manner through a spirit box. Dozens and dozens of times I've actually heard things like that. Like, hey, where's this? Where's that? Like, things have come through that's not radio chatter. So, actual disembodied voices. Moving on. We're going to talk about Eliza instead. Much better story, much better history. Eliza marries Charles at a young age according to today's standards. If you're going to ask her how old she was when she got married, do not expect numbers from colonial days of when young ladies got married like 12 and 14. Think of today's standards because her husband was over double her age when they married. It was creepy then, it's creepy now. I'm just going to put that out there. And that's just my opinion. So if you guys know somebody with the age gap, once I reveal what that is, my apologies. It's my opinion. I'm allowed to have it. I've had couples in front of me with the 23-year age gap right in front of me. They're like, you know, you got to like kind of keep that in mind. Anyway, moving on. She married him because her father was over in England. Dad thinks he's dying over there and wants to see his kids one last time. Eliza didn't believe he was dying, so she stayed put right here and got married. It's 1744. You don't get married in that year to earn a green card because we're not a country. There's no such thing. She did marry this guy out of love. So this is a true love story, everybody. There's nothing horrific about this story whatsoever. It's a place of respect, if nothing else. Moving on, she was correct. Dad did not die right away. And instead, we start sending her gifts from England to where you're standing. One of those gifts happens to be the plant seeds of indigo. That's a plant that makes your blue jeans blue. That's what we use it for. When Eliza got those seeds, though, she didn't know what to do with them. It's not always this kind of temperature here. I know you might think so, but it's not. We do get some cold weather. She had to learn from the servants and slaves how to keep it going, and then learned how to make the dye, moved it to a cash crop, and got a hold of Dad and told him that the rice plantations were going downhill. They were going to make a killing with the indigo. And we now have an international businesswoman during colonial times. Something absolutely unheard of. So that's the boring business stuff of Eliza. Let's get into the weird shit, because that's why you guys all showed up to come see me. So here's what's going to happen. With each communication device, except for Gabe, because his is busted, I'm going to give you guys, I know, I'm going to keep giving him a hard time. You guys all right with that, right?
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
The harder the better.
Good,
Yep.
good. I can
And
dish it right
he's
back
the
to
one
you.
to get it.
I figured he could take it. Like, he's got thick skin. I like it. So I'm going to give focus questions to every communication device that's here. Those focus questions could be said out loud, or you can just focus on it. That's why they're called focus questions. Also remember, I'm here 5 to 7 nights a week, depending on the weather. Eliza knows what the hell you guys are going to be asking. We also have 3 cameras running and all the communication devices, plus my voice recorder. If Kimberly's asking a question, that answer can go anywhere. That's why you're going to tell me all the silly things that are coming out of your spirit boxes and what words you're getting, no matter if it, just give me 3 letters or more on the words. No 2 as if, like 2-letter words. I don't need that crap. Sorry, I talk very fast, guys. I want to get you guys to work. So Noelle, we're going to start off with yours. You're going to be focused on Eliza's death. So 4 major questions about that we get answers to: age, how old she was when she died, what she died from, where she's buried, and which president was a pallbearer at her funeral. So yeah, 4 very specific questions. By the way, if anybody goes rogue with your questions, be respectful. No yes, no questions. Don't ask about the children. I'll explain before we leave the space. You're going to be looking for Eliza's full initials, ELP. I'm not going to tell you what the L stands for because that's what Sylvia's going to be looking for with her device. So any other words that show up that are 3 letters or more, and the letters ELP in order, no anagram, no like PLE or EPL, like ELP. Eliza Pinckney with an L in the middle. It's the easiest way to remember it. Your device only gives us 1 to 2 syllables at a time. You're going to be focused on the mansion, what happened to it. If you get the what, we often get 2 or 3 numbers from the exact date of what happened to the mansion, like the very, very specific numbers. So kind of keep that in mind. Keep in mind, if you do hear anything else, remember it's 75% accurate on your end, so it might be relevant that you don't know. I mean, if you hear the word Kia, I want to know that you heard the word Kia. You don't know that we're not next to somebody who actually invented a part for a Kia. Yeah. That's kind of the whole relation behind it. Yours is kind of a catch-all. That's the beauty of it. You're going to be looking for the maiden name, of course, so you can ask directly or focus like what the maiden name was. The reason why I'm giving you guys this maiden name piece is because there's 2 wives named Eliza, back to back. First wife died in January. 5 months later, he marries the one I just told you about with the indigo. So kind of a jerk move if you really think about it. They both have a maiden name that starts with the letter L. Figure out which Eliza we're dealing with.
All right.
That's the great part about this.
I gotta tell. My stepdad married my mother, who's Pat, and then married another Pat. So he ended up with Pat Shea for both wives.
Wow.
So no different.
No different, unless the maiden name actually has the same initial. Like, do their maiden names have the same?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Okay. Sorry, I have to sneeze, but you guys are all going to spread out, and I'm going to keep Gabe, and I'll catch up with Noelle once she's doing really well over there, so I'm going to let her type away. But yeah, spread out, stay away from the 2 vehicles. If anybody's going your way, like heading through the lot, just point your cameras in a different direction. So do we have anything going on with it? Landon, did you get any numbers since we've been here?
Okay, I want to ask real quick, where does this thing read? Because I've been getting random spikes.
What do you mean, where does it read?
Like
Like, do you have any electronics near it?
The top antenna.
No, the antenna does something else.
this is. And
Is it?
I'm keeping it like right here.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Because I've been getting like random spikes. It went all the way up to like 8.
Okay, so I can go ahead and turn this on.
Yeah, unmute it. Let's get you working.
Just said something.
What did it say?
Well, okay.
Nick. It's Nick. It's Nick. You trying to pick up something? It's Nick.
No, mine's 75% accurate.
Yeah, but it's still, you tell him what it said. That's what I said. If you're looking for his name, you say Nick. How far can we spread out, sir?
Alright, your device, if you're going to be doing that, I'm taking this away from our grand finale piece. We're still going to be using it there. But here's what it does. It's going to be using EMF around us, kind of like Landon's device, but it's going to translate the EMF numbers in binary code and then in image. You're going to be getting we're going to save all of them, so that way they go into your guys' report. So there's a magnetometer outside every car. So normally, in the night, we normally so we are
What's wrong?
No, I'm picking up some.
It smells good. That smells really good. What you call it?
That's creepy. Show me a picture of that. No, it just like it shows up in binary. That's what it means. It showed me a picture of the house. I know. I asked her about Jessica and that popped up. I'm serious. I asked Jessica. I said, do you know who Jessica is? And it popped up on red.
Because it did the beep and then it did it again. It's like it was changing.
Yeah. So once again, if you can't make anything out of the bottom row and it just looks like a giant restriction you can't pronounce, you just reset. You're going to do that dozens of times. So again, don't be afraid to do that. In between spaces, I told you I turned down the sensitivity earlier. The pressure meters are going to make this thing go up. You're giving us more letters than correct. You're going to take this little dial below each left and right dots. This one's not supposed to be on there, right? So the right is wrong. Remember, it's kind of like turn this back about a quarter of a second, so just count it one way. But right now, when we're in space,
Why don't you come with me outside my kitchen?
this one in particular, we started on 8, 9, 10. I'm going to follow up with the real quick. Back. All right, Kimberly, what do you got going on with yours?
Music and everyone's I could have swore I heard one word with Noel, but I definitely heard Jessica.
Alan, just so you know, I don't always follow up with the 2 smaller cameras. I send those videos to YouTube. So, not to mention, all the kids are keeping me super occupied as it is. I'm sure you saw that already.
Good, yeah. I actually thought I saw a figure.
I saw you over there. And I'm like,
underneath them stairs, underneath that porch thing.
Nice.
It appeared.
We have a blue person. We'll see what we got.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, let's kind of rein to the back. See what we got going on back here. We got the ghost truck starting up.
Can I stop recording now, or should I keep?
Yeah, go ahead and hit stop. Give your hands a break. Keep listening for just a minute until I gather everybody up over.
103, like a radio station.
Yeah, and that's the stuff you should be getting. So I'm going to write down the number 3.
Okay.
So,
Nothing. Well, what have you been getting?
well, read off your list. I know you got one.
Okay, something's got a hold of me, lose control, leave me be, sell, it was a joke, all the time in a year, $1 million, just a day, lost cause, everything.
Yeah, those people.
I like the it was a joke. That's very interesting. So you kind of see that as we kind of go through this. All right, so let's get Kimberly back on mute again. Word list.
Now I have telephone, I'll give you the last one. Telephone,
David, you gotta keep mentioning David, remember?
Uncle, Island,
Come out if you name's David.
Well, we want to get
somebody was unhappy.
gotta try to put a story together. So all 3 cameras. By the way, Alan, you're upside down, so stop your video and flip the camera over to your left, and then start. Of course, yes, it is very warm down here. I try to briefly influence some things as possible.
I've had, FRU,
So Lena gets wind of this and she's moving down since they get married, and Dr. Ladd became known as the Whistling Doctor. This is the reason why I hate the story. It's a giant cliche. Every haunted city you're ever going to visit is going to have a cliche of Whistling Doctor. We all have. Ours just happens to be a doctor. Now, why are we in Jewelers Alley? That's an English place. It's called Philadelphia Alley now, but it used to be called Jewelers Alley. So Ralph and Dr. Ladd go see plays together, but they can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money, and that's the hierarchy of Charleston. So they go see Richard III one night, and they're arguing on their way home about the actress they just saw. Dr. Ladd thought she was great. Ralph did not. The argument turns into Ralph insulting the doctor's fiance. Back home in Rhode Island, they got really ugly, and they went their separate ways. So Ralph has friends at the newspaper, tells them to put an ad in the paper for him, telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of the doctor. Kind of a you're a disgrace to society kind of thing. Doc saw the ads that we followed, went, let's go to Jewelers Alley. Somebody's going to die. So they came down here, they took their 10 paces away from each other, they turned, Doc points his gun in the air, and he shoots. He did not want to kill his friend. He just wanted to have the courage to go up. So Ralph has his one bullet still in his front block. He puts it in the kneecap on the doctor. The doctor died, fell to the ground, Ralph threw his point, still kicked off. Oh, boy. No, it's somebody else. Either, no. I'll explain. Well, actually, just hold it up for everybody as I kind of finish up this story. Looks like a chalkboard with the word tea time spelled in a very odd, funny way. I'll explain that in just a second. Again, lean over, guys. So, where was I? I was talking over the ground, friends with home, 59 Church Street. He actually died 10 days later on November 2nd of 1786 after refusing medical treatment. So, to point out two things about that whole ending of the story, it's 1786. Gunshot wounds are a lot different back then than what we know of them now. Secondly, he is a doctor. Probably just thought he had lead poisoning and tried to figure it out himself. He failed, obviously, because every good story knows you keep listening to other research while you're down. I know, right? So, 3 cameras running plus my voice recorder. We will capture disembodied whistle from one of those 4 devices if we're going to get anything at all. Keep in mind that in Wells' device, I can't tell you how many times when I was spot checking the recording, and the whistling part of the song came up, and then the word doctor immediately became a commercial thereafter. It happens all the time. I don't look for it, it happens. So again, I'm spot checking recordings, which we won't have tonight. Minute 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. I already mentioned that. If it shows up on one of those things while we're here, obviously it's a big deal. So, if you're going to try this on your own, which you live here, you're going to walk all the way through here with the voice recorders from your phone. Just remember that every local knows this story. Anybody walking up and down Queen Street or Queen Street throws a whistle down the alley. We all do it. Thought so. I was hoping so. Oh. Okay. Now, about this alley, I've actually been throwing out of here. Let's get into that because I actually explained. Yeah, it's right here, so you're gonna hit start on your.
So I was recording, it stopped on its own.
Yeah, I think this humidity is starting to get to my equipment, hence why the spear boxes are acting up. And we did get rained on a few nights ago, so it might have been just the moisture getting in there too.
Will said not like us, and then said yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
stop.
Let me see your images. Let me see what I got going on there.
I want to say something, but then like.
That's all I have done.
It's definitely
Mama, can you come holding my hand? I'm getting tired. Oh, oh, I'm getting stuff back. I'm getting stuff back.
Yes,
Like
ma'am.
that.
Playing today.
Will said not like us, and then she
Okay, okay.
Like,
you're getting something, not the bars either.
it makes me feel weird.
Oh, oh, oh.
That's what I was looking at. I was like,
That might be
I do understand.
now I'm hearing.
because it's not back
I feel
again.
like I'm
You see why
losing
it's not
someone
consistent?
who love,
Yeah.
honestly.
You said Mimi?
Mimi?
We call her Mimi, and it just said Mimi.
So again, what did you guys bring with
Oh,
you?
okay. That might be a ghost.
It said Jessica, now it said Mimi is dancing, boogieing.
It's dancing.
The one on the
Dancing.
right.
No, we were looking for the one that pops up right here in the middle.
Anything weird going on there?
Noel got We Heard You.
Please make
In all
yourself
both
known.
caps.
Here.
Sylvia, how we doing on that word list?
So I've got equal, stare, people, officer, wave, and here. Like H-E-A-R, not here.
Well, not only that, but you have the word wave, and she's asking the ghost to move their right hand. Like wave at us.
Noel said that, and Noel got this feels.
Looks like other tours are trying to get in over here, and Maddie's arm is starting to hurt, so we're going to go ahead and call Wellness one. We're going to go back down a little bit, like to where we were just standing, so I can kind of
We're
explain.
getting some flashes. Like a straight line.
Yeah, it's picking up from the shadows over there.
God, I still feel like something.
It's a lot of fun though.
I don't have a phone.
No, seriously, that's why I slowed
Like,
up.
tone it down, dude.
That's why, yeah.
Okay.
That's why I slowed up. That's why I slowed up, because it felt like something was
They're not like
right
attached to
touching me
anything.
doing this.
Like, oh, he was talking about tapping, you could feel tapping.
Okay,
Really?
let Gabe check it out.
Nick, you were talking about tapping?
Landon, let
Gabe
Gabe
said you
check
were
it
talking
out.
about that. Because that's why I slowed up there.
I can
because
hear
something was,
all
like,
of
doing
y'all.
this to
Careful
me,
now.
and I thought it was like
all
a spider or
talking
something
at
was
one
on me.
whole
And
time.
there's a spider web.
Checking, I was like, dang,
I went like this, and then all of a sudden it was like this on this side.
It's
So,
probably
spider web
Wow.
feelings.
I would
And
assume
by the way,
so.
we're still recording on that thing, so we still might want to do one person at a time. Now, spiderweb feelings are usually an essence of we have some presence going on. The next location we're going to, before we started doing the blindfold test, I would just have us explore it like what we did at the Pinnacle Mansion. Well, one night, a smaller group was still using the SLS camera, and I kept feeling like I had a spider web down my whole arm. So, I'm walking around, and all of a sudden, they point at me, and I went to this hand. I'm like, now it's on this hand. Then there was a person, a stick man, touching wherever I said that I was itching. I felt it.
So the same exact thing just
Did
happened to
you
me.
hear what I said?
Yeah, pretty much. So if it feels like spider webs,
But that's when that word listen came out.
Alright, we're gonna call it wraps on that recording. Who's got it now? Oh yeah, we're wrapping this one up. We don't stay here.
Okay, so we're done with this?
Yeah, we're done with this guy. That's why I handed you the thermal back. You were like super eager to get it back in your hands.
Yeah, he's
Keep
excited.
on to the.
Oh. Yeah, you
Now we know we're done.
the word listen, when that word listen came out was when I was doing
Okay, Mom. Mom,
Looks like a car.
Alright, let's go blindfold Noel.
Go blindfold Noel.
what the fuck?
Oh, who's leaving the backpack?
Yeah, whose backpack is that? Oh!
You done what Mimi's purse and everything. And that's why I said to get
It's my responsibility.
Hey, who left the water bottle? Come pick it up.
Do you have the bag?
She has to be. So the questions that were asked on that voice recorder, where do you hear the answers? Is what I'm asking.
So, well, like you normally hear the answers in real time.
Uh-huh.
So nobody said that they heard an extra voice, but I still listen to it because again, you may have missed it.
Oh.
But it's like very faint and in the background, and it's a direct answer.
Okay.
So
Cool. I was just curious.
Yeah.
The end result there.
Yeah. So again, the hope here is that we're going to find, you know, another female voice in the background that wasn't one of us. That's the hope, and that's why I usually make vocal notes that there's people walking by, a carriage ride, that kind of thing. All right, let's get into this part.
Grab a seat. Except you, Mackenzie.
I think he's sitting us down.
Yeah, it's Kimberly and Noel there.
Yes.
Oh, we can't sit.
Oh no, you got stuff to get to.
Dang it.
This is our last stop.
Come on, Noel, have a seat.
Okay, well, this is going to go to you. This is going to be your blindfold. I don't want it back. Keep your own eye boogers. So there's garbage cans on the way out of the park when we're done. We'll sort of keep it.
Yeah, the next one is Maddie.
Switching who's doing the devices.
Noel and Gabe are doing it.
Okay, this one's quick and short. It's only going to be over here for like 5 minutes, and then we're going to do that experiment that lasts about 10. What are the words that you have? Just to get
So
excited.
right now I have hate, death, card, yes, and surge.
Yeah, a lot of nothing. All right, here's how this one goes. Well, everybody's going to have their role when we get over there. So all cameras are going to be focused on them because we're going to do this experiment together, and this is our big finale. So obviously the word list and the word, like the letter generator, if I'm not getting the answers out of Noel, it could come up on one of your two devices. So kind of keep that in mind. If you guys get a word, just let me know what the word is. So I'll be asking Noel questions as if she's the ghost. That's the whole principle of this. Now Noel's not going to be able to hear me, so I'll need somebody like nearby, so that way in the event she's too loud, I don't think that's going to be a problem for her. She'll get a tap on the shoulder, and then when we're done, like somebody will tap her on the leg. I just don't touch the people on the bench. Right. So you guys get the point. Now, the first time I came in here, I only had 2 people. Again, month of November, everybody canceled because it was cold. So I only had 2. The young lady with the spirit box, she hears the year 1828 and the name Henry. I was using Sylvia's word list, and I had the name Tim. Well, that bust right over there, that's Henry Timrod. He was born in 1828. I was like, a hot damn, there's my ghost. Nice and easy. I already knew half of his story. I just had to do a little bit of research. And this was before we started doing the blindfold test. Here's his story, very quick. He's a writer. He's sick through most of his life. Being born in 1828, he goes out to fight for the Civil War on the battlefield for the Confederates. So he gets out there. His comrades realize he is too sick to fight. They sent his ass home, knowing he was too sick, but also knowing he was a writer. And they said, go be the voice of the war, man. Go tell people what's going on out here. So he came back to Charleston, started writing poetry about what was happening on the battlefield. So he became known as the Laureates of the Confederacy. That's a pretty big title. So he's writing, and then he has a son by his wife, Katie. The son's name is Willie, and he's born on Christmas Eve, but he died 9 months later. Again, another dead child, last one of the night. I'm sorry, guys, but that's where stories go. So back to Henry, not writing as much. He's mourning, right? So his in-laws, Katie's parents, were here visiting. But Henry has a friend named Paul, another writer, Paul Hamilton Hayne, and he says, go use my cottage in Columbia and get back on track. and see what happens. So he goes out there, and that's where he wrote his last words. His last words were, "Beholder of brief mortality," which means, in today's language, "dear person with a short life." And then he coughed, and it landed on the page in a bloodstain. He had tuberculosis. He died right there, age 38, pen in hand. Perfect way for a writer to go. But wait, there was more. Yes, this is a bad infomercial. We're almost after midnight. Just kidding. But anyway, the more is that they show this last page of Henry's one day a year at the Charleston Library Society on Halloween only. You have to be a member to go see it, and the reason why they show it is because the bloodstain looks like a man writing at his desk. It's perfect, but the internet's beautiful. I'm going to show you what the damn page looks like, and then we're going to go talk to Noelle as if she's Henry. Again, all cameras will be filming. I'll kind of help you with where your start button is since you just got that camera, and then I'll give Maddie a few tips and tricks of what to expect out of that thing. This guy wants to start working.
Somebody tell us hi.
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 Like hi.
That's not going to be a term used in the 1800s.
Oh,
Not that
that's
time.
true.
Here is his blood book. You can see the blood stain looks just like a man writing at his desk.
Yeah, it's
So,
crazy.
The word blood shows up out of the people on the blindfold all the time. It's shown up over there. We've actually had, it was like bloody lines or something like that. So last night, one of the images, you guys are going to have to scroll down and see last night's image. It was actually a red hand writing things down when I was asking about his occupation. Like craziness. Like, are you kidding me right now?
That is.
Oh yeah, you didn't get a chance to see it. All right, let's go talk to the ghost. You guys ready? By the way, we have gotten triple digits in here, so let me know if that thing starts going wonky and giving us meaning some numbers, okay? All right, let's do it.
It's when he was telling the story about that he was a lad, but he's really sick. Jack. Of course you will. Get up.
Quiet down. We have neighbors and try not to make them angry. So if you're not loud enough, which might be the problem for you, because again, you're very soft-spoken, somebody may lift up your headphone and just say louder, so that way we can hear you a little bit better. We're all going to be crowded around you guys just like this. You will literally tell us everything you hear in real time. You hear it, say it, say it, say it. You don't know what I'm asking. We're hoping for the correct answers. You're very good at this, just so you know. So again, this is going to be, I almost want to speed it up for you so you're not hearing as much. It's just because, again, you've been giving us a lot of gobbledygook. I'm going to go up one more speed, so it's going to be a little bit faster than the last one. So it's going to be a little bit faster than what you've been listening to all night. Again, we don't want to get too much of that gobbledygook. Maddie, you're going to be seeing images just like what we've been looking at from Gabe's device, but they're going to be right in front of you. You're going to see like stars in a little galaxy off in the distance, and then an image will appear from time to time. Normally in a 10-minute time frame while we do this, we get about 4 of them. So just kind of keep that in mind. All you're going to do is describe what you see. And you don't obviously need the virtual reality helmet with this, but remember, my teams don't normally see this until right now. So we're going to have a lot of images that Gabe was using all night long, and then we're going to get whatever you've been seeing. So again, I will time this for 10 minutes, and did you figure out your blindfold by the way?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You failed.
I did?
I told you the Batman mask.
Did you?
I did.
You said it was
There's over your ears. It's okay, I bring a stack of them because people rip them all the time. By the way, you can buy blindfolds in bulk on the Amazon. Just probably shouldn't make this joke, the 50 Shades of Grey tab. Yeah, you adults get that joke.
Yeah, some of us do though.
Blindfold up and then crank your headphones over both ears so you can't hear me. I'll ask you a few silly questions. I still need to finish setting yours up. So again, as soon as you put those, as you hear something, that's when we start the timer. So just start talking as soon as you start hearing things. Keep all introductions really well. I'm not really worried about having this background. So Maddie, all you're going to have to do is look straight ahead. This will line up with you. Have you ever done virtual reality before? Okay. This isn't like the Jurassic Park where it's going to eat your face off kind of stuff, just so you know.
I've taken like 18.
We're going to put the Earth in there. Do you see the blue? So that is not what you're looking for. That's in there just so you don't fall asleep. Okay, it'll move around a little bit. You're going to be looking for images like what he was showing us all night long. Does that make sense now? When you get in there, this is your focus. In case things are blurry, just turn that dial until it's not blurry.
Would you mind if I sit just sat next to Maddie?
You can if you want. Okay. Alright, so can you hear me? Noel. Go ahead and start whenever you're ready. Slide it over your head.
Hey, move the hair out of it.
You gotta move the hair.
So you just like
It's not gonna fit. Someone's coming.
It might fit on mine.
Henry?
I'm not worried about.
Henry, why don't you give us something about your occupation so we know that you're here? Can you tell us about your job? You did a great job for that last night.
Somebody new.
Who's new? There's a lot of new people here tonight. I bring new people every day. It's got a perfect volume last night.
Wear themselves out.
Oh.
Late night.
That's so funny.
yes, it is a late night.
Yeah, it is late.
Henry, tell us about your
How
job.
could you?
Tell us about your job. What did you do for work? Henry, can you tell us about your work?
Mommy, is that coffee screen? Are you okay?
There it goes.
Did somebody else come with you
Why?
tonight? Is there anybody else here with you?
Let it be. There's a bridge.
Bridge.
Henry?
bridge?
Henry? Who
Out
else,
of here.
who else came with you tonight? She's getting like a lot of like really kind of metallic. You guys notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Did it fall?
It's getting cold though.
A bridge falling?
Like,
A whole lot?
Henry? Who else came with you tonight?
Someone for you?
Is it Dave?
Henry? Did you bring Dr. Ladd here with you? Is she normally this fidgety?
Came here?
Who came here?
San Diego?
Sandy, if that's
The
you in there,
first?
you need to tell me your birthday so I can verify that it's you, please.
Did you read?
Try not to step on the grass, please. There's a lot of chemicals in there.
Totally for a line duel.
Dr. Ladd, she did say dual.
Your price.
Dr. Ladd, give us the year of your birth, please.
Do you trust?
No, I want to verify that it's you. Otherwise, or Dr. Ladd, somebody verify themselves, please.
Some peace.
You know, we only do this for 10 minutes.
Walking makes it this. Chicken. You can now write.
Thank you for verifying your occupation. Tell us what you wrote about.
When I'm a tiger. 4I.
Henry,
Works.
what was the theme of your work that you wrote about?
Discomfort. Read it loud.
Do you need me to show you that appreciation? That's a yes/no question.
Something about this.
Henry,
Insanity.
Henry, we're running out of time. Can we get another image from you?
I need this now. Everyday
Fine, it's good.
pain
It's really good.
of home. Save 2.
Yeah.
A chance to win.
Henry, got all kinds of clues relative to Dr. Ladd, but you did say the word write and
Don't.
read.
They won't.
Henry, do you want to talk about your son?
It started to win.
Winning it.
See for yourself.
Henry, we're sitting at about 8 to 9 minutes. We only got a minute or two left.
I have a picture of a man. Looks like he's in pain. With you, my love.
How so? How is he in pain?
Like, his expression just looks distraught. I can't. Like,
What's the man look like? Does he have any facial hair?
the
Mustache,
children's
beard?
hospital. No. Well, yes, he has a mustache.
Oh.
Never been. Free consultation.
Yeah.
Spice.